Okay, my friends, this is it. The beginning of the very end of an era. An era that lasted over a decade and saw me, an old Italian man from the mountains where the air is thin, called Guenther, who speaks German as his first language and Italian as his second, yet has a dual American citizenship and who lives in North Carolina. I know, I'm some kind of fucking weirdo. Set up a Formula 1 team from scratch with the help of a Californian machine tool manufacturer and a prancing horse, and in the process raised more than a few eyebrows. Pissed off one hell of a lot of people, but only the right people, I think. Finished 6th in our very first race, which surprised a hell of a lot of people, then finished 5th in the Constructors' Championship and last in the Constructors' Championship. Possibly more than once, I forget. Found some excellent sponsors and some not so excellent sponsors, declared war on the FIA on an almost weekly basis, had my doors fox-smashed in by an angry Danish pixie, watched an even madder Frenchman crash into a barrier at 145 miles per hour and in the process singed the fuck out of his hands, but lived to tell the tale, thank God. Achieved a pole position, created more drama than every Italian opera combined, had a hell of a lot of fun, covered about 1 million miles flying around the globe, met literally thousands of amazing people, as well as 1 or 2 wankers, inadvertently entertained a few people on TV by having no filter and by not giving a shit what people think about me, and was unceremoniously relieved of my professional services while shopping for ham in a supermarket. How's that for setting the scene? Seriously guys, are you ready for this? It's going to be a roller coaster. To set the record straight, I actually spent 12 years in Formula 1, not 10, so the subtitle of this book is load of bullshit. Then again, I'm not going to be talking so much about my 2 years with Niki Lauda at Jaguar, apart from the odd story here and there, so that should prevent any assholes from trying to sue me. While I'm on the subject of Jaguar though, do you know who one of the first people was to message me after Haas released their statement about letting me go? Eddie Irvine. What, you have never heard of him? Perhaps I should explain. Eddie was a racing driver back in the olden days and drove for me and Nicky at Jaguar, when we couldn't get anybody better. Ring any bells? Eddie makes the young Fernando Alonso look like the Pope when it comes to his ego. He called me up a little while ago, moaning about the fact that I didn't mention him much in my last book, Surviving to Drive. I will make sure I get you in the next one, I said to him. Do you promise, Guenther? He replied. It means a lot to me. I promise. You just leave it to me. I'll make sure you have at least 2 paragraphs all to yourself. As well as being the only driver I have ever achieved a podium with, so far, Eddie is an international playboy who is literally shitting money and in my experience is always wise to keep in with those people. Incidentally, shortly before the Italian Grand Prix in 2023, I was interviewed by Sky Sports UK, and for some reason the podium Eddie had while I was at Jaguar, which to this day is one of the biggest shocks I've had in my life as the car was completely shit, came up in conversation. A few minutes later I received a WhatsApp message from Eddie, and when I opened it there was a photo of his old Mitsubishi Shogun. I'll have a podium before you, and I'm driving this shit heap, it said. Harsh but fair. Anyway, let's get back to what you're about to hear. When Team Haas first informed me that he did not want to renew my contract, the full details of which you will hear about towards the end of this book, one of the first things that occurred to me was that now it had all come to an end and I should get it down on paper. I'd already been asked to write a sequel to Surviving to Drive, but to be honest, I'd been short on ideas, and this happened. That night, I lay in bed thinking about it, and over 2 or 3 hours, I relived the entire story, having the initial idea about starting a competitive F1 team on a small budget, an American team. That is, contacting Stefano Domenicali, who was then at Ferrari and who was the first person to suggest that there might be possible for us to become a customer team to the prancing horse. Then talking to Gene about financing it, then to Bernie Ecclestone,